I was lying in a hospital bed, holding my newborn daughter for the first time, when my husband kissed my forehead and whispered, "I have to go to Denver for work. I'll be back in 5 days." I smiled through my exhaustion and said, "We'll be waiting for you." That was the last normal moment of my life. 7 days later, while I was struggling to breastfeed at 3 a.m., covered in spit up, barely able to walk from my C-section, a courier knocked on my door with an envelope. Inside were divorce papers. My husband wasn't coming home. He was ending our marriage while I was still bleeding from childbirth. If you've ever felt betrayed by someone you trusted with your whole heart, this story will break you. And if you stay until the end, you'll understand why some betrayals are so calculated, so cruel, that they change you forever. Hit that subscribe button, because you'll need the support of this community to get through what I'm about to tell you. Trust me. Let me take you back to where it all began. My name is Rebecca, and 2 years ago, I thought I was living a fairy tale. I met Marcus at a charity gala in Chicago. I was 28, working as a pediatric nurse, and he was 33, a senior project manager at a tech consulting firm. He wasn't just handsome, though God he was. He had this way of looking at you like you were the only person in the room. When he asked for my number, I felt like I'd won the lottery. Our first date lasted 9 hours. We talked about everything, our childhoods, our dreams, the families we wanted to build someday. He told me about losing his mother to cancer when he was 16, how it made him appreciate every moment. I told him about growing up with a single mom who worked 3 jobs to keep us afloat. We both wanted the same thing, a real family, the kind neither of us really had growing up. 6 months later, he proposed on the Navy Pier Ferris wheel. I said yes before he even finished the question. We got married on a perfect October afternoon. Small ceremony, just family and close friends. I wore my grandmother's veil. Marcus cried when I walked down the aisle. His vows promised me forever. He said, "Rebecca, you're my home. Wherever you are, that's where I belong." I believed every single word. For the first year of marriage, we were inseparable. He'd leave little notes in my lunch bag before work. I'd surprise him with his favorite dinner after long days. We'd stay up late planning our future, the house we'd buy, the kids we'd have someday. We were building something real. Or so I thought. When I found out I was pregnant, Marcus lifted me off the ground and spun me in circles in our tiny apartment kitchen. "We're having a baby!" he kept repeating, like he couldn't believe it. We spent that whole night looking up baby names, arguing playfully about nursery colors. The pregnancy was hard. I had hyperemesis gravidarum, severe morning sickness that lasted all 9 months. I lost 15 pounds in the first trimester. Marcus would hold my hair back when I got sick, bring me crackers and ginger ale at 2 a.m., rub my feet when they swelled. He came to every single doctor's appointment, held my hand during every ultrasound. We're in this together, you and me against the world. But looking back now, with the clarity that only betrayal can bring, I can see the signs I missed, the small cracks in the foundation. Around month 6 of my pregnancy, Marcus started working later. "Big project," he'd explain, kissing my forehead as he grabbed his laptop at 7 p.m. "I'm doing this for us, babe, for our family." I'd nod, one hand on my growing belly, and tell him I understood. His phone started facing down on tables. He'd take calls in the other room. When I'd ask who called, he'd say, "Just work stuff."
A project he had been leading for 6 months was falling apart.
I told myself
and
I was
needed
being
him
paranoid.
on site to fix it.
Hormones.
He'd be gone for 5 days.
Insecurity about
maybe
my
a week
changing
at most.
body.
You're leaving?
I gained 50 pounds.
I couldn't believe
my
what I
face
was
was
hearing.
swollen. I felt
Marcus,
like a whale.
I just had major
Of course
surgery.
he was stressed.
I can't
We were
lift
about to have a
anything over
baby.
10 pounds.
That's what
I'm
I told
supposed to be
myself
resting.
every single time.
My mom will
doubt
come
crept
help,
in.
he interrupted. And your mom
At
can
my
come
baby
too.
shower.
You'll have support.
8 months pregnant.
Baby, I wouldn't go if
exhausted,
it wasn't critical.
Ankles swollen.
This promotion I've been working
Marcus
toward,
gave a
this
toast
could make or break it.
to my
I'm doing this
beautiful
for
wife.
us, for
He
Lily's
said, raising
future.
his glass.
I felt
You're
tears
already the
streaming down
best.
my face, but I nodded. What else could I do? We needed his income. I was going on unpaid maternity leave. The bills wouldn't stop. Okay, I whispered, holding our 3-day-old daughter. But you'll be back by the weekend? I promise, he said, kissing my forehead. 1 week, tops. The next morning, as they were discharging us, Marcus loaded our bags into the car. He buckled Lily's car seat. His hands were shaking, I remember that, and drove us home. He helped me up the stairs to our apartment, wincing every time I gasped from pain. He'd ordered groceries, set up the bassinet, made sure I had everything I needed within arm's reach. For a moment, I thought maybe I was wrong to doubt him. This was my husband, being thoughtful, being prepared. Then his phone buzzed. He looked at it, and his jaw tightened. I have to go, he said abruptly. My flight's in 3 hours. Already? Traffic, he said, not looking at me. I'll call you as soon as I land. He kissed Lily's forehead, then mine. As he pulled away, I grabbed his hand. Marcus, I love you. He paused. Just for a second. Love you too. And then he was gone. The first night alone with a newborn after a C-section is something I wouldn't wish on anyone. Every time I stood up, pain shot through my abdomen. Getting Lily in and out of her bassinet made me dizzy. Breastfeeding felt like glass cutting through my nipples. I hadn't slept more than 90 minutes at a stretch in 5 days. And I was completely alone. Marcus called that first night, but it was brief. Just landed, heading to the hotel. How you guys... Struggling, I admitted, bouncing Lily, who wouldn't stop crying. She's been fussy all day. I think something's wrong. You're doing great, Beck. First-time mom nerves. I gotta go. There's a team meeting in 30 minutes. I'll call tomorrow. Love you. Click. I stared at the phone, Lily screaming in my arms, blood seeping through my incision bandage because I'd moved wrong, and felt the first real stab of something I couldn't name yet. His mom, Diane, came the second day. She held Lily for exactly 45 minutes, took some photos for Facebook, then explained she had a hair appointment and a book club meeting. You're doing wonderful, sweetie. Motherhood is all about learning as you go. My own mother came the third day. She tried, God love her, but she had to work. She stayed for a few hours, helped me shower, the first one in 3 days, made me a sandwich, then had to leave for her night shift at the diner. So it was just me and Lily, a week old, screaming at 3 a.m., and me, unable to walk without pain, unable to think straight from exhaustion, unable to reach my husband. Because here's the thing. After that first night, Marcus stopped calling. I'd text him, Lily won't stop crying. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Hours later, she's probably just adjusting. You got this. I'd text, my incision looks infected. I'm scared. 5 hours later, take a picture and send it to your doctor. Sorry, been in meetings all day. I'd text, I miss you. When are you coming home? No response. For a full day. Nothing. On day 5, I called him. It rang and went to voicemail. I called again. Voicemail. Again. Voicemail. I left a message trying not to cry. Marcus, I need you to call me back, please. Something feels wrong. Not with the baby, but with us. Please just call me. He texted 4 hours later. Phone died. Charger broke. Can't talk right now. Big presentation tomorrow. Love you guys. That's when the panic started. The real, visceral fear that something was terribly, terribly wrong. I called the hotel he'd told me he was staying at, the Marriott downtown Denver. Can you connect me to Marcus Chen's room, please? I'm sorry, ma'am, we don't have anyone registered under that name. My blood went cold. Can you check again? Marcus Chen, he checked in 6 days ago. Ma'am, I've checked our entire system. No Marcus Chen. I hung up on the phone and stared at my phone. Then I did something I'd never done in 3 years together. I tracked his location. We shared our locations when I was pregnant for safety. I pulled up the app. His phone was in Chicago, not Denver. Chicago. He was 13 miles away. My hand started shaking so badly I nearly dropped the phone. Lily was asleep in my arms. I was sitting in the dark nursery, blood draining from my face, trying to understand. Why would he lie? Where was he? Who was he with? I called him again. This time, he picked up on the first ring. Beck, hey, I can't really... Where are you? My voice sounded foreign to my own ears. Flat. Cold. What? I told you Denver. Your location says you're in Chicago. I called the hotel. You're not registered there. Where are you? Silence. Long, damning silence. Marcus, answer me. Beck, I can explain. Are you cheating on me? The words tumbled out before I could stop them. Is that where you are? With someone else while I'm here alone with a week-old baby? No, God, no. It's not. It's complicated. I'm staying with a friend because the project... You're lying. I was crying now, silently, tears streaming down my face. You're lying this whole time. You're not in Denver. You're here in Chicago, and you won't come home to your wife and daughter. Rebecca, please, I need time to... Time for what? Time for what? Another long silence. Then, I need space to think about us, about everything. The bottom
She was wearing
fell
a
out of my
necklace I
world.
recognized.
Space?
Because I'd watched
Our
Marcus
daughter
buy
is
that
7
exact
days
necklace
old.
8 months
I had
ago.
major surgery.
said it was for
I
his
can't
cousin's
barely
birthday.
walk. I'm
I
bleeding
don't
and
remember the sound
exhausted
that
and
came out of
scared.
me.
And you
Something
need
between
space?
a scream and a sob.
I'm sorry.
Raw,
His voice
primal.
cracked. I'm
Lily
so
woke up
sorry. I
crying,
never meant it for it
startled
to
by my
happen like this.
breakdown.
I'll call
I
you
held her
tomorrow.
and
We'll
rocked
figure
and
this out.
hyperventilated.
Marcus,
Divorce
don't
papers
you dare.
scattered around me on the
Hang
floor.
up. Click.
Everything made sense now. The
He was
late
gone.
nights, the phone calls,
The first
trip
night
to
alone
Denver
with a
that wasn't
newborn
a trip
after
to
a
Denver.
C-section
The
is
distance
something
that
I
had
wouldn't
grown
wish
between
on
us.
anyone.
He'd been
Every time
planning
I
this
stood up,
for
pain
months.
shot through my abdomen.
While I was pregnant,
Getting Lily in and
while I
out
was
of her
sick and
bassinet
scared
made
and
me
needing
dizzy.
him most.
Breastfeeding
And now
felt
he
like
wanted to
glass
take
cutting
Lily,
through my nipples.
paint me as
I hadn't slept
unfit,
more than 90
get
minutes
full
at a
custody
stretch
while
in
I was at
5
my
days.
weakest. 1 week
And I was
postpartum,
completely alone.
recovering from major surgery,
Marcus
hormonal,
called that
exhausted,
first night, but
alone.
it was brief.
It was calculated.
Just landed, heading to the
Cruel,
hotel. How you guys?
precise.
Struggling,
called him.
I admitted.
It went to
Bouncing
voicemail.
Lily, who wouldn't
I
stop
called
crying.
again.
She's
And
been
again, and again, 15 times. Finally, a text. My attorney will be in touch. Please communicate through her from now on. This is what's best for everyone. What's best for everyone? What's best for everyone? I called his mother. She answered on the first ring, but her voice was cold. Rebecca? Diane? Do you know what your son just did? He just served me divorce papers, a week after I gave birth to his daughter. Did you know? Silence. Then, Marcus is doing what he needs to do for his own well-being. My world tilted. You knew? He's been unhappy for a long time, sweetie. Sometimes marriages just don't work out. I gave birth 7 days ago. I was screaming now, unable to contain it. He left me alone, recovering from surgery with a newborn, and filed for divorce. And you knew? I think you need to calm down. This kind of emotional instability is exactly why Marcus is concerned about... I hung up. I couldn't hear anymore. They'd all known. His family, maybe his friends. Everyone except me. I'd been the only one living in a fairy tale while everyone else knew the truth. I wish I could tell you I stayed strong, that I immediately called a lawyer and fought back. But the truth is, I spent that entire day on the floor, crying, nursing Lily, and spiraling. By nightfall, I couldn't take it anymore. I called the one person I should have called from the beginning. Patricia? It's Rebecca. Marcus is... It's Rebecca. Oh, honey, I've been waiting for your call. Where are you? Home. Alone. He left. He's divorcing me. He served me papers today. And I don't know what to do. I'm coming over. Give me 20 minutes. Patricia, Diane's former best friend, the woman who'd warned me at my baby shower, arrived with groceries, dinner, and a lawyer's business card. She held Lily while I sobbed out the whole story. When she finished, she looked me dead in the eye and said something that changed everything. "Rebecca, listen to me. Marcus did this to his first wife too." My heart stopped. "What?" "He was married before, right out of college. She got pregnant 6 months in. He left her when she was 7 months along, claimed she was unstable, fought for custody. It was ugly. I didn't know he was married before, because he rewrites history, honey. He's good at that, makes himself the victim. The first wife, Sarah, she fought him, hard, and she won. She proved he was lying about everything, but it took 2 years of hell, and she lost everything in the process. Her savings, her sanity, almost her daughter. I felt sick. Why didn't anyone tell me? We tried. Diane shut us all down, said he'd changed, that you were different, that he learned from his mistakes. Patricia's voice hardened. But men like Marcus don't change. They just get better at hiding who they really are. She handed me the card. "This is Sarah's attorney. She specializes in cases like yours, fathers who weaponize the system, men who document and manipulate. Call her first thing Monday morning. And Rebecca, you document everything too. Every text, every call, every lie. You fight dirty, because he already is." Monday morning, I called Jennifer Park, attorney at law. By some miracle, she agreed to see me that afternoon. I showed her everything. The divorce papers, the text messages, the location data showing Marcus lied about Denver, the receipts for the jewelry he bought for Jessica, the call logs showing he'd abandoned us, the photos of my infected C-section incision because I'd been alone with no help. Jennifer listened to everything, her expression getting darker by the minute. When she finished, she leaned back in her chair. "Rebecca, this is one of the most clear-cut cases of parental alienation setup I've seen in 15 years of practice. He's trying to get ahead of his own guilt by painting you as unstable. It's textbook narcissistic abuse." "Can he win?" My voice shook. "Can he take Lily?" "Not if I have anything to say about it. But you need to be prepared. This is going to get ugly. He's going to try to drag you through the mud, make you doubt yourself. But you're going to keep records of everything. Every time he misses a visit, every lie, every manipulation, we're going to show the court exactly who he is." She paused. "I'm also going to request a custody evaluation. A neutral third party will interview both of you, observe you with Lily, review everything. That's where we'll win, because the truth